Hi everybody, it's Ms. T with Ms. T's Truth, and I'm going to do a little story time. So, I had a coworker that let me drive his car. Let me tell you how it happened. So, I was just minding my own business, and my supervisor came up to me and was like, Ms. T, somebody was about to hit my car. I'm like, baby, you getting too close, baby. You better go on somewhere. So anyway, so my supervisor came up to me like, Miss T, so and so they messed up their foot, so I need you to take him to the urgent care. So I was like, okay, cool, I could do that. So I had to come grab him. I couldn't pick him up. He was able to walk. So, and then I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want me to, drive my car? He was like, no, you could drive my car. And I'm like, really? Because he has a sweet old sports car, and I love cars. I really do. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Because I had rode in it one time. My supervisor was like, hey, we all going to the sub shop. And so we all hopped in his car and rode in it. So I rode in it, but he was going to let me drive it. I'm like, you ain't said nothing but a word. Okay. So I get on up in there, and first I'm like trying to familiarize myself with everything. He's like, turn on the car. And I'm like, I didn't say anything, but my understanding is when you get in a car, excuse me, I have a little bit of cold. My understanding is when you get in a car that you have never drove before, you're supposed to figure out where the how all the switches. You got to familiarize yourself before you just tear off down the road. And he had one of those start with a push start cars, and he's like, turn it on, and I'm like, I just still wasn't listening to him. I'm like trying to familiarize myself, but he ended up just pushing. I'm like, dang, with your doggone impatient self. But he was in a lot of pain. But these people flying through this parking lot. Nah, somebody hit my car, baby, I know something. These earrings will come off. But anyway, so I drive him up to urgent care or whatever. And afterwards, I had to drive him back to work. And I'm like, look, I'm kind of hungry, so can I stop to get something to eat? He was like, sure, no problem. Now, let me tell you this about my coworker. He was mean. Mean. Like, he was very blunt. Mean. He would tell you exactly how he felt. So, I had a little bit of apprehension the whole time because I'm in an unfamiliar car. I've never driven this car before. It's a nice sports car, and he's mean. So I'm like, and the only reason I'm driving his car in the first place is to take him to urgent care. So I go on to a restaurant to get some food. I miscalculated because his car, at the bottom of it, the front part, it had like a little part that sticks out, and I misjudged how close I was to the edge of the parking lot, and I almost had it in park before I hear crunch. I was like, I slowly looked over to him. I'm like, I am so sorry. Because let me explain to you. When I heard that crunch, and it felt kind of hard. So I'm like, Lord Jesus, I don't know. I'm thinking about all the money I have to pay, and he might sue me, and everything's like running through my mind like real quick, like lightning fast. I'm like, and plus, like I said, he was mean. So I'm like, I was so scared to look over to him, like I'm praying in my head, like, oh my gosh, please God, do not let this man just go off on me. But I know it's right there, because you know what I mean? Like how these people done almost swiped my car a few times. People was crazy about their car. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all bad. It was all good, and now it's all bad. But he was so understanding. I was so surprised because he was like, no, don't worry about it. You good? He was more concerned about me emotionally because I was so like, I hadn't put it in park yet. My foot was on the brake though, but I hadn't put it in park yet. He was like, you good? You good? I'm like, yeah. Are you good? You the one, shoot, I need to be worried about. You need to be worried about me. So he was good. He was like, you good? He put it in park. And then I calmed down. I was like slowly calming down. And then I was like, okay, I'm still going up in here, get some food. I'm be right back. He was like, all right. So then as soon as I get out the car, I go right in the front like, is anything messed up? Is everything okay? Oh my gosh. Like I was so... And luckily nothing was wrong or nothing, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, Lord Jesus, do not let me have messed up this man's car. This nice, sweet sports car. Like, I don't got no money for this. So, he didn't, the Lord worked it out. It was great. So, that's my story time. Alright guys, it's Miss T's Truth. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up sign. Hit the subscribe. If you're a subscriber, then go ahead and hit that bell for the notifications. Alright guys, take care.